Hey everyone. I came home after a really long and really emotional day. I would like to tell you a little bit about what I did today, about the place that I went, and well, the typing it would be a too long story, and I thought, well, I'm working on the videos anyway, so I thought let's try it and let's do a video alone. So I went with my dad to something that is like an organization, an upcoming organization because it's it's still early in the beginning of the stages. Anyway, it's about um, getting houses and a safe environment for people that have autism because this is one that is specified for people with autism or have. No, it's really for autism. I was just thinking maybe for others, but no. It was a very long sit. I mean, it started at 2 o'clock and it finished really at 4, and there were no breaks. So it was very hard for me because I was getting all this information and it was going pretty quick. But thankfully, my dad was with me, so he had also the information. So if I were to miss something, then I knew he would could give it to me later. I'm sorry if I'm really not um, talking incoherent. I have a little bit of trouble, and that has everything to do because it was emotional, because it was a long sit, because I am totally overwhelmed, and well, this is how I get. My brain doesn't work like I want to when I have this sensory overload. And well, I can only tell you that I am already feeling somewhat better because afterwards I felt so sad and I was so upset and overwhelmed that I had a crying session, and that doesn't really often happen when I'm not at home because this is like the only time and place and where I when I feel like I can't keep it in anymore, that's when I cry. But like I said, I was too overwhelmed, and then you don't have control. So it happened already when I was at my dad's place. But I know it's not a shame in it. There's no shame in it. But I really don't like it because I'm really well private, and especially with crying, I have a hard time. Well, anyway, sharing. So, but I'm sharing now, and I really feel like I should just throw it out there. So, back to what I was going to say about this organization. Um, it's called Grasboom. It's very Dutch. I can't translate that, but the idea is that they turn this farm into a project where they make houses in that farm. So they transform it into 12 12 houses, and well, it looked good. It on paper. It has not been built yet, so I don't really have like a visual to see how it looks like. But my dad explained it to me because I'm not really good when I see drawings. I just see shapes and colors and then the words like that's the living room and that's the bathroom. But my dad knows that about me, so he can draw it out better and he can tell me, and then I can have like a little bit of a visual about it. Well, this project is for people with autism, and there are certain standards. The rules, you have to have like the right package of care because here we have like you've got a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and the higher the number, the higher um, the care you need. So number 1 and 2 is like, yeah, they need help, but they can do things more or better, handle things better. Yeah, it's a bit hard to talk about because I already think, and I'm pretty sure that I won't be able to be in this project because some of the standards that they were just not for me. Like an example for that is you can't have an alcohol problem or drug problem. Well, not me. Thankfully I don't have that. With all my issues, that's not a problem. But then there was also like aggression, and even though I'm not aggressive towards people, I do have rages and fits, and then, well, that means I can be aggressive, but mostly towards myself and with the stuff around me. Like I could throw this cupboard and everything that's in it, because that's why it's so not organized in this place, is I will like throw it into the air because I'm that angry and I have no impulse to stop myself. I have no control over when I get too upset. So that's like, that could be a problem. The fact that I, even though that it's pretty sure that I have a form of autism, that I do belong in the autism spectrum, it's not official yet. And it's because I am waiting on to be tested, and it's called Emerhesa, and that's where they're gonna test me again, and then they can figure out which form I have of autism. But I just received a letter, and it says that it could take another 9 to 12 months. And well, that alone is really disappointing because I've been on it since summer 2014. But without that diagnosis, that it's official, I cannot participate in this plan yet. And my dad was like, well, you know what, it's gonna be a long time before, because they have to build the places and the houses. But the thing is, I know it's gonna be just finished around 2016 in the summer. So I can hear you think, or you probably think like, hey, but that's, don't lose hope, because there's plenty of time to get that. Well, the thing is, there are only 12 spots. And after the meeting, there were a lot of people there, and they were really enthusiastic, because they should be, because it's a really good thing for their kid, for their daughter or son, to be in such a project, because it sounds really amazing. But they could sign up because their kid or kids already had that label, and I can't sign up yet. And that's like really disappointing, because there were a lot of people there, and there's still like interviews that they have to go through, but just the fact that I had to stand by, it's emotional already. I just had to stand by and see people signing up, and there were lots of people already signing up. And I had to just keep on walking. I'm sorry. And that's tough. That's really tough, because that project sounded really great. It sounds great. I shouldn't give up hope, but it's really hard to stay positive when you see all those people signing in and you just have to wait. And I can only pray that the AMRHASA, when I will be tested and my diagnosis will be official, I can only hope that there's still a spot and that I can still be in it, because it sounds really amazing. And why it sounds amazing, I'll tell you. There are people that are specialized, and then they will know about autism, and they will understand when I get upset and when I can't make eye contact, or when I get stuck in my own little world. And they have better ways to maybe get me out of there, get me out of that, my world. And please don't think that I'm ungrateful, because I'm living in a project right now, and it's called Quintus, and they're amazing, and they really are. But the more years pass by, the more we see that my problems are pretty hard, and a challenge for the people here. They don't really know what to do with when I get into a dissociation, or when I get pushed back into my own world and I cannot, or barely can, have any contact, make eye contact, anything like that. And it's really hard. And this project is like especially for people like me. And it sounded amazing. And every day there is someone just like here, but just with that little extra knowledge about autism. So yeah, there was a lot of information, and I can't really go into it too well and too deep, because I'm just gonna burst into tears. I was almost this close just a few seconds ago. But I am really very happy that there are projects out there, because it's very important that just because you have autism, that it doesn't mean that you have to be, I don't know, hidden away somewhere, And it's on a really, really great place, and they're all about including you into the world instead of excluding you, and just, try to keep you hidden away, and like, yeah, don't bother people. And here it's like, you're not a bother, and you have this different way of thinking, but it doesn't make it wrong. And it doesn't mean that you can't give to people, and that you can't receive things from people. And they were so loving, those people who were there, the creators, because the creators, the people who thought and are mostly doing this project, are parents of children with autism. And I think that's great that they are so involved. It's just really amazing. And if it comes at that stage that I am not going to be able to be a part of it, which I am already just telling myself, because otherwise I'm going to have hope, and just to have that taken away, I don't know, sometimes that just feels like it's killing me slowly. But I will be so happy for those who get in. I mean, do I want to be one of them? I would say I would almost give my left leg to have a place like that. But I will be so happy for whoever gets it, because they deserve it. And I think it's such a great initiative. And those parents, wow, I saw them. And it's that I don't like to give hugs or a handshake, but I almost did, because those parents are like heroes to me, you know, because they go through those challenges, and they are trying so hard, you know, to get their kid the right place in this society that is really hard on people that have what people say is a disability, but I don't think it's a disability. I just think you have a special ability, and not everyone gets it, but it doesn't make you less or wrong. And that's what I'm trying to teach myself, is because I think differently, because I view the world differently, I'm trying to tell myself that that doesn't mean that I'm this bad person, or that I am, what I'm thinking is bad. I'm just, my brain is just wired very differently than most people. And that's what this project is all about. It's not about bringing you down. It's not about making you like being shunned out or something, you know? No, they want to put your arms around you and say, you know, you can do this, and you can have like a normal life. You can have a job, and you can have friends, and you will be able to learn a lot. And that's, well, that's why I fell in love with that project. But yeah, it was really tough. Um, Afterwards, my dad and I, of course, talked about it. Like, you know, like, did we expect, do we have expectations about this project? Do we think it could be something for me? But my dad and I both thought that even though this is a really great project, we shouldn't be too hopeful about it. And my dad said, you know, this is not the only project. There will be other projects. And I know that's true. I know that. I know I shouldn't just give up. But it's just difficult because I don't know. I just want to be able to control my emotions better, and to, you know, get a job or finish my school, or I just don't want to feel like an outsider anymore. So yeah, I had to cry. I was so upset. And my dad was there, and he hugged me, and that was really great. But I told him that sometimes in moments like these, just it feels like I've been kicked into the stomach, because I want so badly for things in my life to change, for myself to change, to get better. I just don't want to, I don't want to be this person that I am the rest of my life. I want progress, and I want it. Perhaps I want it too quickly, and I'm not really easily satisfied. But I just feel that I'm in a place right now, and I am getting stuck, and we don't know where to go from here. So we are all walking in circles, and I just hope that we can find a path that makes us break out of that circle, that makes me break out of my endless cycle of, I don't know, bad choices and fear. I really want to try and participate in life, but also respect that I need time to myself, and I need timeouts, and I just want to learn to be able how to cope with emotions and feelings and my thoughts without them getting so overwhelming. So yeah, that are things that come up in my mind when we left that place. I just felt like, again, I don't really fit in to the description, to what they want, what they need me to be. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm too sick to be normal, whatever really that means, but you know, like most people. But I'm too healthy to get in certain programs, you know. It's really, really difficult and such a battle sometimes, and sometimes it's really just downright depressing. But I want to end on a happy note. I had great time with my dad and his wife Tinika. We had dinner, we discussed what I'm kind of telling you right now. It was great. It was a good it was just good, you know. I could talk a little bit about it, and I had good food, great company. And the best part about this evening so far is I went home, and before I opened the door, Bailey and Abby were just jumping up and down and were so happy to see me again, and they almost flew right through my front door, and I hadn't even opened it yet. And that's when I know, like, that's love, and that's why I've got to try and keep being strong, because they love me and they teach me that it doesn't matter how I look, it doesn't matter how sad I can be or how angry I can be, but I am not alone. You know, I have I have my friends, I have my dad, I have my sisters, but I have my dogs and my cat. And they love me no matter what. So I came home with such much love, was so present, and they kissed me and they licked me and they jumped up and down. And those are the moments I need. Those are the moments that will keep me going and that will make me want to be a better person. Because they love me no matter how I look like, no matter what I do or say, even if I make a mistake, they are there. And for now, that is enough. It has to be enough. I will grow and I will have to learn that it will be in my own pace, but I will learn. So, anyway, I'm really sorry about the length of this. This was just me needing an outlet, but thank you guys for giving me the courage and for supporting me and everything. I'm just very, very grateful for that. So, thank you. All right, have a great evening and have a great weekend. Much love. Jay. Bye.